Hello, kindergartners of 215. It's Mr. Eric, and I'm going to do another read aloud for you today. But first, super quick, couple of questions, okay, just to set up. This week, we're talking about feelings, and we also celebrated our friend Derek's birthday. Shout out to Derek. Um, but just real quick, we're going to talk about birthdays because birthday happens in this book. It's really good. It's really fun. How do you usually feel at your birthday party? Are you very happy? Are you really excited about the gifts you're getting? Or are you excited about cake and ice cream? Are you proud that you're about to be a year older? Probably, I would imagine. I would hope that you get everything you want. Um, well, how about when it isn't your birthday? Are you very happy for your friends? Are you excited for cake and ice cream? Are you excited for them to open their presents? And do you hope that they get everything that they want? Um, are you proud that your friend is a year older? With this group, I'm sure that's the case. You guys are such good friends. You're super good guys. But let's be honest. Are you ever jealous? Do you ever see your friend open something at their birthday party, or you're there with your family during Christmas and your brother or sister, if you have one, if you have them, they open something and you look, oh, I really want that. Do you ever have that happen to you? I'll be honest, I have. I'm not proud of it, but I have. I'm a human. Give me a break. So today, in the Berenstain Bears and the Green-Eyed Monster, we are going to explore what happens when Brother Bear gets a bike at his birthday party and Sister Bear really, really wants that. And we'll see how they deal. And see if that's the way you would deal. And hopefully it's the way that I would deal when I had those same feelings. And hopefully my kids learn how to deal too. All right, let's get into the book. The Berenstain Bears and the Green-Eyed Monster by Stan and Jan Berenstain. When another bear gets something brand new, the Green-Eyed Monster makes you want one too. The Berenstain Bears are the Green-Eyed Monster. Oof. Look at that monster. Doesn't she bear a striking resemblance to somebody we often see in the book? Let's see how that plays out. It was a happy time in the big tree house down a sunny dirt road in bear country. A happy birthday time. It was Brother Bear's birthday, and he was getting some very fine presents. Brother wasn't exactly having a party, but Cousin Fred, Lizzie Bruin, and Babs Bruno were there. And Gramps and Gran, of course. Wow, said Brother when he opened his present from Gramps. It was an aluminum bat. Thanks, Gramps. I'll hit 20 home runs with this. Gran's present was a great-looking warm-up jacket. Brother tried it on and looked in the mirror. Thank you, Gran. It's really neat, he said. His other presents were a fielder's glove from Cousin Fred, a sports video from Lizzie Bruin, and a mystery book from Babs Bruno. Sister's very thoughtful gift was a package of balsa wood, the specific wood Brother used for making model airplanes. Thank you, thank you, thank you all, he said. You're welcome and happy birthday, said the gift givers. Sister's gift was thoughtful, but she was being thoughtful in another way too. It isn't always easy when your brother gets a lot of presents and you don't. Sister understood that, and she had gotten presents when it was her birthday and would again. Besides, she wasn't that interested in aluminum bats, warm-up jackets, fielder's gloves, sports videos, or balsa wood anyway. But all that changed when Mama and Papa Bear gave Brother their present. It was the biggest, most beautiful racing bike Sister had ever seen. It had a handbrake, 3 speeds, and super sport wheels. When Sister saw that beautiful bike, it was no longer Happy Birthday, Brother. It was, I gotta have that bike. I gotta. Mama saw that I gotta have it look in Sister's eyes. She took her aside and reminded her all about the wonderful present she had gotten on her last birthday. But Sister didn't want to hear a word Mama said. She just stared at that big, beautiful bike with the handbrake and the super sport wheels. Oh dear, said Mama. I think you've been taken over by the green-eyed monster. Green-eyed monster? Said Sister. What's that? Oh, said Mama. That's just a way folks have of talking about jealousy and envy. You know what it means to be jealous. Envy is when you want something that belongs to somebody else. But Mama, said Sister, it's such a great, beautiful bike. Please listen to me, Sister, said Mama. Even if you had a bike like that, you couldn't ride it. You're not big enough. Your feet wouldn't reach the pedals. Besides, look what Papa's got for you. Papa was wheeling in Brother's junior-sized bike with its training wheel still attached. It's yours now, he said. Sister looked at the bike Brother had outgrown. It was okay, but it didn't have a handbrake, 3 speeds, and super sport wheels. Come on now, said Mama. Our guests are leaving. It's time to go say goodbye. Goodbye, said Brother. Thank you all for your wonderful presents. Bye, said Sister. Gramps and Gran got into their pickup truck and headed for home. Lizzie Bruin got into her dad's car with the others. Mr. Bruin had agreed to come for them and drive them home. Then Papa helped carry the new bike down the front steps. Mama and Papa watched proudly as Brother climbed on and tried it out. First, Brother rode big, fast circles around the treehouse. Then he did a few wheelies. Then he started riding with his feet on the handlebars. Mama got worried. Now let's not be reckless, she said. Sister watched too. She had gone inside and was watching from a window. As she did, she became filled with envy, from the tips of her pink hair bow down to the tips of her toenails. Sister really wanted that big, beautiful racing bike. That night, Sister was having trouble falling asleep because she was still thinking about the bike. Then, just as her eyes were closing, the strangest thing happened. She had a visitor. The visitor looked exactly like Sister, except she is green and had little horns on her head. I know who you are, Sister said. You're the green-eyed monster. Sister was having a dream, of course, but she didn't know that. That's the thing about dreams. They're so real.
Come,
Said the green-eyed monster.
if you want a bike like Brother's, all you have to do is prove you're big enough to ride it.
Before she quite knew what was happening, she was up on that bike and the green-eyed monster was giving her a big push. The bike was much too big for her. Her feet couldn't even almost reach the pedals. Then, as so often happens in dreams, things began to change. The bike got bigger and bigger and bigger. Now Sister was speeding down a hill. At the bottom was a great rock. She smashed into it. There was a huge crash. Brother's beautiful new birthday bike flew into 1,000 pieces. What have I done? She screamed. What have I done? Mama and Papa, who had just fallen asleep, came running into the cub's room. Oh, Mama, cried Sister. I just smashed Brother's beautiful birthday bike into 1,000 pieces. 1,000 pieces. Try to calm down, sweetie, said Mama. Brother's bike is perfectly safe. You are having a dream. What's going on? Said Brother, rubbing his eyes. I'll go downstairs and get us some warm milk, said Papa. It'll help us get back to sleep. And it did. The next day, Sister's best friend Lizzie came over to play. She and Sister had a fun time riding around the yard. Brother's old bike turned out to be just right for Sister. Lizzie had a good time on Sister's old trike, and Brother rode circles around them on his birthday bike. Later, when Mr. Bruin came over to pick up Lizzie, he had a very big surprise for everybody. He had just traded in his old car for a beautiful brand new one. And what a car it was! It had wire wheels, leather seats, and racing stripes. Mama, brother, sister, and Lizzie congratulated Mr. Bruin on his fine new car. But not Papa. He just stood and stared. He had the same I gotta have it look that Sister had when she first saw Brother's new bike. Papa, said Sister, I think you better watch out for you know who. Papa did know who. Mr. Bruin, he said, congratulations on a fine new car. After the Bruins drove away, Mama and Papa sat on the treehouse steps and watched Brother and Sister do some plain and fancy bike riding. All right, we're back, and the guy who was reading that with a really weird accent and voice just left. I don't know who that was, but somebody just took over and read for me. We're really good friends now. Anyway, so how'd you like the story? Was it something that you saw in it that you thought, oh, wow, I do that sometimes? Or is that something you saw? Is there anything in there that you saw? You said, nope, never, not me. I'm always happy for my friends. I'm always happy for my family that they get the things that they want during gift giving time. I know that I also saw at the very, very end there that it's not just kids who become the green-eyed monster. It can also be adults. And that is kind of a thing that happens for all of life. And so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. Well, the voices were funny enough. And that we learned that you don't have to be jealous of things. You can just really enjoy what you have in front of you, and that it's not always going to be your time. That sometimes somebody gets a gift and you sit over on the sidelines and you know, congratulate them and you're happy for them. And then there are the times where it's your day, where it's your birthday, it's your graduation day, or some reason that you are getting a gift, and you would hope that people aren't over on the side wishing that they could take what you have away from. So I'll see you hopefully next week. Everybody be really nice to each other, be helpful. I miss you guys as usual, and hopefully I'll see you soon.